Thank you for calling Late Night Taco Delivery. If you are calling to place an order, unfortunately the store is closed due to the fact that we are about to record a podcast. We'll be closed for another half an hour-ish. If you're calling to listen to the show, congratulations, you are just in time. So kick back, relax, and enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to Late Night Taco Delivery, The Road Show, Part 2.
Late Night Taco Delivery, The Road Show, Part 2.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm your host, Daniel Gill.
And I'm Jonathan Knoll.
Our charismatic and fearless roving reporter.
I guess you could say that. Yeah. Today I'm in Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C., the nation's capital.
Home to the world-famous Newseum, where it's a museum literally dedicated to news. Yeah,
actually I saw something about that on the TV show Mysteries of the Museum the other day. It was kind of interesting.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
So
they actually have the remains of the broadcast tower from the World Trade Center there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was incredible.
That's pretty crazy.
Oh, yeah. I also have gone to the American History Museum, the Smithsonian, and the Space and Air Museum, Air and Space Museum also. And unfortunately, the reason why I came here to DC in the first place is not here.
Yeah, I told you that it probably wasn't, dude.
Yeah, I know.
What he's talking about is that he was going to go see the original Starship Enterprise from the television series. And it's currently under restoration because apparently back in the 80s they tried to restore it and did a horrible job, so they're restoring it again properly. And as the sign said, it's cloaked.
Yeah, I love the sign there. But yeah, I got to see Count Von Count as in the original, and that was really cool.
One traveling goofball.
You're not wrong there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Washington is a beautiful city.
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend lives there, so she's invited me a couple times. I'm like, I'd like to, but that'd be kind of awkward.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
And how are you doing today?
I'm not too bad. I got a couple things I've been geeking out about. I mean, we're missing you over here, man. Can't wait for you to get back.
Who knows? I might come back.
Yeah, you might come back.
Well, I'll definitely come back to town.
But... Well, you gotta come back for school, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Big news for me, big news for all children of the 80s. Bloom County has returned.
Bloom County?
Bloom County. Do you ever hear of it?
Somewhere in the back of my mind, but please do enlighten.
Bloom County was a comic strip done by an artist named Berkeley Breathed during most of the 80s, from like 80 to 89. And it is singularly one of the funniest comic strips of all time. Basically, it's about a small town called Bloom County, USA, with Opus the Penguin and Milo Bloom, Steve Dallas, who's this misogynistic lawyer, Cutter John, who's a Vietnam vet who rides around in a wheelchair, and he's just really cool. And they basically just deal with the world at large of the 80s, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think I saw something there at the museum.
Yeah, I mean, he won a Pulitzer one year, and he basically just apparently he with the rise of Donald Trump again, Berkeley Breathed's like, my time has come. So he's back in business.
I can completely understand that one.
Yep. So
because literally when he announced his candidacy, every late night talk show host just went, "Thank you."
Yes. Let's see. Also, been reading a book called The Silk Road, which is about the infamous dark web website. Basically, the deep web, the dark web, is the internet we don't normally see. You basically have to use what's called Tor browser to get to, and the Silk Road was an infamous place where you could buy drugs and weapons and various other things. And you
can hire hitmen online,
right? Though frankly, that seems to be just a scam or urban legend. It's never been actually proven that any of these things actually worked. But drugs were definitely sold, and it's a very fascinating read about the new economy of Bitcoin and Tor and PGP, pretty good privacy, and a whole bunch of other things. And I'm really quite enjoying it.
Excellent.
About halfway through, and I do know that the guy who founded Silk Road is now in jail, serving 2 consecutive life sentences. So apparently, it wasn't as close. It wasn't as careful as he wanted to be.
Yeah, apparently.
Yep. And the other thing is, well, I think I can talk about that. I'll talk about that in the news because it's sort of news related. Okay, that's pretty much it.
And we have got an ass ton of news this week.
Oh, also, one more thing. Today is the 30th anniversary of the Live Aid concert in Philadelphia and London. And I remember watching it back in 1985. It was one of the few times my sister and I were actually allowed to watch MTV by my father. Because my dad hated MTV. He saw nothing worthwhile to it.
So he doth declare, I do not want my MTV.
Exactly. He did not want his MTV. So he, but that day he actually let us watch it, which was pretty cool. And
cool.
They have there's been one of the Facebook groups for Live Aid has been posting pretty much the entire show today. So I've been watching bits and pieces of it. And Queen gave during what's considered the greatest rock performance of all time at Live Aid, and it is pretty awesome to watch. So if you ever get a chance, just type in Live Aid Queen, and you'll find it. And it's about 20 minutes long. Definitely worth watching.
I'll have to find it.
Okay. So let's get to the news, because holy shit, I'm just looking at this sea of tabs across my browser.
Uh-huh. Same.
Oh, stop that.
Well, I guess I'll start first then.
All right.
So you remember how we have a new Mortal Kombat game, Mortal Kombat X?
Yes.
The newest DLCs have dropped, which include Predator.
Oh, jeez.
Predator is now a playable character on Mortal Kombat X as soon as July 7th. So that was like last week.
I wonder if Johnny Cage gets to shout, "You're one ugly motherfucker."
There's no time to get back to the chopper.
Well, now they got the DLC for that. There's I think Jason Voorhees is one of the DLC characters.
Yeah, a few others as well.
So you can have Jason Voorhees versus the Predator. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Me either.
All right. Let's see. Well, in good news, Harry Shearer returning to The Simpsons.
Yes, I heard about that.
Yeah, basically, Harry Shearer, who was the voice of Mr. Burns, Ned Flanders, Smithers, and a flurry of other memorable characters, has agreed to rejoin...
So basically half of Springfield.
Yeah, agreed to rejoin Fox's forever-running animated comedy. Apparently, there were some issues with the producers wanted him more available, and Harry was saying, no, I want more time to do my own things. Mm-hmm. And I've seen Harry Shearer in some other stuff, and he's really, really good. But he decided that he was just going to quit, because, for God's sakes, the show's literally up to season 30 right now. Or it's going... Mm-hmm. It's renewed through 30. It's currently renewed to 27th, 28th, and will be going through 29th and 30th. But he got the rights to do his other projects, and he's perfectly happy. So, yay! There's the show that I don't watch anymore, and I'm not sure anyone does watch, but holy cow, it's still on.
Mm-hmm.
And
well,
so that,
hooray! We still have Harry Shearer.
Yep. And all those impersonators online are going, darn! I lost my chance.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think I mentioned this last week,
okay.
But actually, I think you mentioned it last week. There's a Han Solo spin-off in the works,
mm-hmm.
and the directors are the directors from the Lego Movie.
Yeah, that was one of my news today, but Lawrence Kasdan and John Kasdan are writing the script for the project, which I think is awesome, because Lawrence Kasdan helped write the original Star Wars movies, and the Indiana Jones film, and one of my personal favorites, what's it called? L.A. Story, with Steve Martin. Very funny movie. And also Grand Canyon, which was a great film. But yeah, it's not the same movie as the one that was to have been directed by Josh Trank. because Trank parted ways with the project in May amid clouds of issues stemming from his Fantastic Four shoot. And they're still searching for
our Han Solo.
Yeah, and I saw this one kid online who looks exactly like Han Solo and talks like him, or looks exactly like Harrison Ford, and does a dead-on impersonation. And that's cool and all, but I'm not sure I want an actor who just is playing another actor, playing a role.
Yeah, I get the feeling that we want something kind of like the James Bond effect.
Yeah, I just don't want Channing Tatum to have the part.
But, after all, everything is...
Yep. Alright. You probably will think this is a shit that should not be. I'm actually kind of interested in it.
Okay, what's this?
Ben Affleck will direct the Batman movie, and Geoff Johns will write it.
I'm fine with that one.
Because Ben Affleck is a really good director. I mean, he directed Argo and he directed The Town, which are really good films. And we haven't really seen him as Batman yet, though. I did see him clinging to the back of the Joker mobile in the Suicide Squad trailer, which I did watch, and I'm mildly intrigued now. It looks interesting.
I don't know. I'm just so fed up with Suicide Squad stuff lately. I'm not going to report on any more of this stuff anymore.
Okay. I watched the trailer, and it is amusing. At one point, you see a terrorist wearing a Batman mask, and I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, it says that basically what it says is about the Batman movie. Sources say that Affleck and Johns are well in sync and have more than found the rhythm. In fact, they are likely to turn to the script before the end of the summer, prior to Affleck going off to direct Live by Night in November. The Batman movie will shoot after he finishes that film, and the plot will reflect the Batman character that emerges after Batman v Superman and Justice League, the latter of which comes out November 17th, 2017.
Oh, good.
But yes, watch the Suicide Squad trailer. Doesn't look half bad. There is some shots of Batman, and Joker is okay. I'm not really sure about his chrome grill, but eh.
The only way I can explain it is you'd kind of want to have that kind of thing too if you're going to be punched by the Dark Knight all the time.
You know what? That makes sense. I hadn't really thought about that. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, my friend Keaton told me about that one, and I'm just like, huh.
Yeah. I'll turn this down just a touch.
Speaking of comic book adaptation news, we finally have an Elektra for Daredevil Season 2.
Yes, we do. French actress Elodie Yung.
Yes.
She appeared in the 2013 blockbuster G.I. Joe Retaliation.
I'm not going to hold that against her, honestly.
No.
And it is my professional opinion here. She's attractive.
She's not
hard on the eyes.
She's easy on the eyes, ladies and gentlemen. I think that she will do well, and I hope that they translate her outfit well. Because it's always been a problem with comic book costumes is translating them to look decent on the screen.
Yeah.
I would never want to see Hugh Jackman wearing the red and blue Wolverine outfit. It just doesn't work.
I don't know. I have a picture up of her right now in the costume, and so far I think she looks okay.
Oh, you actually found her in the costume?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, I didn't get that. All right. Speaking of,
I'll post the link on the page.
Thank you. Let's see what else. Oh, speaking of Hugh Jackman, even though he has said that he's almost finished with Wolverine, he's willing to do one last Wolverine movie. Old Man Logan.
Mm-hmm. Old Man Logan, sing the song.
Doo-dah. Hulk's children eat his fucking family. I read Old Man Logan this weekend because I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I'll take a look. Holy cow, dude! Basically, it's set 50 years in the future after the supervillains have taken over the Earth, essentially. Apparently, all the supervillains got together, organized, and methodically took out each of their opponents.
Right.
And then split up the country into different zones. Like Red Skull owned a zone, and Kingpin owned a zone, and the Incredible Hulk owned a zone because no one could kill him. And Logan, who did a horrible, horrible, horrible thing against his will, takes an oath of pacifism to never pop his claws again. He moves out to the Nevada area and becomes a farmer. Has a wife and 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Then he gets hired by an aged Hawkeye, who's now blind, to travel across country and deliver a package. And
right.
I read the thing, and I'm like, and it's just full of horrible, horrible things. Mark Miller hates superheroes, as far as I can tell. This is the same dude who made Kick-Ass and Wanted, and both of them were just like, yeah, superheroes suck. I'm just going to tell you how much they suck. And everyone's like, oh, Mark Miller, what an amazing writer. And I'm like, he sucks. He does nothing but just shock you. This is not good writing.
It's all shock value. It's not worth anything. Jesus Christ, people.
Exactly. So, yeah, no, I'm not interested in seeing Old Man Logan.
Old Man Logan sings this song. My family's dead.
Family's dead. Yeah.
Speaking of dead families.
Oh?
Well, only if you think of the Cosby Show as a family. Disney is removing the Bill Cosby statue from their theme park.
Yep.
Yeah.
I used to spend quite a lot of time looking at that bust because I worked at Disney Hollywood Studios, and he was in one of his he was molded in with one of his trademark sweaters.
Yep.
And I'm glad it's gone. You know, I still think that Bill Cosby is a hilarious comedian. I will still listen to some of his old routines, but unfortunately, it's just sort of tainted now.
Exactly. So, yeah.
There's just really nothing else they can say about it. Let's see here. Good news.
Okay.
The Iron Giant is coming back to theaters.
I saw that. I am excited about that.
Yep. Enjoy it's going to be the Iron Giant Signature Edition, which has been remastered and enhanced with 2 all-new scenes. It will be showing a special event screening on Wednesday, September 30th, and an encore event in select markets on Sunday, October 4th. And
sweet.
Now that Brad Bird has gotten a lot more name recognition for his incredible work on Ratatouille and The Incredibles and the Mission Impossible movies, I'm really hoping that the film finally finds its audience. I mean, it found its audience on DVD after as a cult film, but it seriously needed to be a huge movie. It was such an amazing film. I mean,
it was kind of bogged down by Disney's Tarzan.
Yeah. Well, also I remember when they marketed it, it didn't look anything like what the film became. It looked like a goofy comedy, and it turns out that was not what the film was at all.
No, it's so much more than that.
Yeah,
so much more.
I'm going to give you two quick stories in a row. Oh wait, I just did the Iron Giant, didn't I? It's your turn.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
We have more Ghostbusters pictures and such.
Yes, I saw them.
Yes. We have a new Ecto-1.
Mm-hmm. Which, surprisingly, did not look awful.
Yeah, it looks just spot on. It looks good.
It's like a 1980s style hearse. Mm-hmm. I was afraid they were going to turn into a Kia Soul or something. You know, having Ghostbusters being driven around by a hamster. But...
I was expecting that.
Yeah, no, but I've seen them now they've also released them in their outfits.
Yeah.
And it looks cool. I don't really know who the actresses are. I know Christina Wig and Melissa McCarthy are 2 of them. But I like the one who's the blonde with the funky hair and the sunglasses. I think that she's probably going to be the
Egon character of the group.
I was thinking more along she's kind of cool, so I was thinking she's more along
Peter Venkman?
Yeah, Peter Venkman character. Sort of the man, sort of the looser of the characters, sort of like Bill Murray was the man slut.
Mm-hmm. Actually, when I go to New York, I'm going to see if I can try and find where the Ghostbusters headquarters is.
Ooh,
if it's still around.
Oh, it's still there.
Oh, is it?
Yes, they have not torn it down. It's still definitely in New York City.
Yes. Well, then I'm going. Damn it.
Okay. Tell you what, I will find it on Google Maps and send you a link.
Splendid, thanks.
You're welcome. Okay. Let's see here. Do have some sad news. We're going to go ahead and run through the deaths this week.
And now another edition of
Tinseltown.
Don't sue us, please.
No. All right. Erwin Keyes, horror movie character actor, dies at 63. Erwin Keyes, an actor with credits ranging from The Jeffersons to The Flintstones in Viva Rock Vegas, died on July 8th. He was 63 years old. He also appeared in a number of horror films, including House of a Thousand Corpses and most recently Dahmer vs. Gacy. He's one of those guys with that face. He's what I call that guy. You know,
yeah.
Oh my god, that guy. You're just like, there's just a number of actors that you see everywhere. Because, you know, they're good working actors. And then they never really hit the big time, but they still make a living doing what they love.
Like, it's not Jim Cummings, is it? No,
yeah.
It's somebody else.
No, Jim Cummings is a voice actor.
No, I was thinking of the, no, it's Jim Broadbent. That's who I'm thinking.
Yeah, Jim Broadbent. He's that guy.
Yeah, he's that guy.
And Tony Leung, who was a Hong Kong stuntman in the 80s and 90s, and he was in everything. He was known for having a Fu Manchu mustache and long hair. You probably remember him best from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. He played Genghis Khan.
Yes.
Yeah, but he is in everything. He was in Die Hard. He was in Big Trouble in Little China. He was in numerous grade Z action flicks. He was just that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Great dude.
Well, he will be missed.
He will be missed. All right, let's see what else we got. Unfortunately, the great Omar Sharif did pass away.
Yeah, I saw that on the news when I got here to DC.
And he starred in a number of films that would have made anyone's career.
Lawrence of Arabia, for one.
Dr. Zhivago is another.
Yeah.
He was a Egyptian actor who was very, very rare. He made it big in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. He also played in Funny Girl with Barbra Streisand.
Yep.
And he played Che Guevara in a film. And, he's also extremely well known for playing bridge. He actually used to write a column about playing bridge. It was his favorite thing to do. So,
makes sense to me. Do what you love.
Mm-hmm. And his last movie was The 10th Warrior with Antonio Banderas. And it's a big pile of crap. I remember it's basically a retelling of the Beowulf story. And it's inadvertently funny. And I remember seeing it with a bunch of my medieval history-loving friends, and we were just laughing at the anachronisms all the way through it.
What is it with Hollywood and not being able to tell Beowulf?
I don't know. I mean, it's a story about a guy ripping off a monster's arm and beating him to death with it. You figure that this would be awesome.
Exactly! I mean, you know what? Why not do it in the same way that the Conan movies were done? Back in the 80s, you know?
Yeah.
That would probably do it.
Just big and muscular and tough and lots of blood, lots of boobs, lots of beasts. It could be done.
And played by Jason Momoa.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes. So, I want that. Yesterday.
And finally, Nintendo President Satoru Iwata dies at 55.
Yeah, and this one hit a lot of people hard.
Yeah, he basically oversaw, he was originally started in the Nintendo's HAL laboratory in the 1980s, where he worked on games like Balloon Fight and Earthbound, and became director of the company in 2000, and in 2002 was appointed as the fourth president of Nintendo. In his time as president, he oversaw some of the strongest and weakest, being the strongest being the Wii and the DS, and the GameCube and the Wii U being the weakest. But he was a programmer who made good. He loved to play. He loved the games. He loved to create games, and it really hurt a lot of people when he went down, which is very, very sad. And I feel bad for it. You made a big buck and a win, man. I mean, I loved the GameCube. I loved the Wii U. I mean, they may not be the strongest game systems out there, but they had some really good games. So, we salute you.
You know what? Fuck your bucket. It's a huge cauldron of win.
A big fucking cauldron of win, exactly. Shine on, man. Hope you find that invulnerability star in the sky.
And while you're there, eat a metamato.
I have no idea what that means.
if you're familiar with the Kirby games, a Metamato is basically your energy power-up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yep. By the way, on that same note, did you see the picture of the rainbow that happened over the Nintendo headquarters in Tokyo?
I heard about the picture, but I have not seen it. Oh, there's the picture.
Yeah. May he run off onto the Bridge of Asgard.
Yeah. I just glanced at my Facebook, and there's the picture of Eloida Young as in her Electra outfit, and I like it. I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, yay!
I think we have a winner.
Yes.
Alright. We have a new Aunt May.
I heard about this, but I can't remember who it is.
Marissa Tomei.
What?
I'm not kidding you.
She's not old enough. She's a great actress, don't get me wrong. But Aunt May's supposed to be old and frail. I mean, the whole point of Aunt May is she's constantly got one foot in the death's door.
Exactly. That was exactly my argument.
They can't find an old actress?
Mm-hmm. I mean, seriously, you're Marvel freaking Studios. You can probably pull somebody in pretty impressively.
Let's cast Tom Selleck as Uncle Ben now. I mean,
cast Helen Mirren or
yes, Dame Judy Dench.
I second that.
Yeah, or Diana Rigg. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Diana Rigg would be perfect.
Seriously. You guys can do better.
God bless it. There is so much more they could have done, really.
Yeah. Alright. Oh. Wait, what?
What?
No, never mind. Nope. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Your turn.
Actually, go ahead. I'm having monitor issues.
Alright. We have a new Disney live-action thing.
Oh, no.
Yes, it's called The Finest Hours, and it looks like a thick slice of Americana.
Oh, okay. This is not what I thought it was. Never mind.
And it stars Chris Pine.
Huh. God damn it.
What?
I've got a short... Oh, there we go. No, I've got a short in the power supply in my computer for my monitor. And if I ever accidentally touch it with my foot, it goes off.
Oh, that's a problem.
So I have to readjust it, and I'm just basically gonna do power supply, a power cord. It's not a big deal. I just haven't had time or money to do it yet. So I gotta keep Anyway, tell me more about their finest hour.
It also has Casey Affleck in it.
Okay, what's it about?
Let's see. It is the remarkable true story of the greatest small boat rescue in Coast Guard history.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
On February 18th, 1952, a massive nor'easter struck New England, pummeling towns along the eastern seaboard and wreaking havoc on ships caught in its deadly path, including the SS Pendleton, a T2 oil tanker bound for Boston.
Oh, okay.
Which was literally ripped in half.
When you told me a Disney thing, I was figuring, oh shit, it was this new cartoon they're putting out, that they're going to live action first this time around?
Yeah, they're going live action with this one.
Okay. That didn't sound too bad.
Yeah, I find it interesting that whenever the animation is starting to suffer, there's always something live action that's just around the corner, and they're just like, hey, you'll like this, especially when Walt was alive.
Fucker. Sorry. Another problem I have is we're like absolutely lousy with mosquitoes lately. And apparently
there are some here in DC too.
Well, we're just like, I actually went out of the house this morning to take the dog out, wearing a long sleeve shirt, gloves, and a hat with ear flaps. And I still got bit in my eyebrow. But no, I got like.
I'm just imagining you dressed up like a Howling Mad Murdoch from the A-Team.
Yeah, pretty much. I got an interesting look from a biker going past.
Does this make Keiko the Wonder Husky the B.A. Baracus of the team here?
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm not flying that plane, Hannibal! I'm not flying!
But no, they get in the house, and I've discovered I still have my abilities of being. When I was a kid, I used to be able to snatch mosquitoes right out of the air. So I've been doing that a lot lately. I've had a lot of practice.
Mr. Miyagi style.
Oh, yeah. Alright, this is happy news. I am so happy about this.
Oh, okay. What is this?
Exclusive first look at the monster starring in Lifetime's Jim Henson's Turkey Hollow.
Really?
Lisa Henson, Jim Henson's daughter, was working on an archiving project when she discovered something big, the treatment of an unproduced Thanksgiving special, and the puppets that would star in said special that Jim and his writing partner Jerry Worrell created back in 1968. And apparently it's being produced by Lifetime.
Sweet.
Follows a family who goes on a hunt for a Bigfoot-like creature called the Howling Hoodoo during a visit to the house of their kooky aunt, played by Mary Steenburgen, who would make a great Aunt May. Sorry.
I get the feeling that's going to be a theme through this episode, is which would make a great Aunt May.
Mm-hmm. The Howling Hoodoo itself is difficult to find, but they come across some other monsters in the woods they don't even know they were looking for. But the puppets look fantastic. It looks like a very whimsical, wonderful film, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, I think I saw you post something about this, so I laid off on reporting it.
Yes, because anything Jim Henson's mine.
Yeah. You'll come at me with a knife if I try to report anything like that.
I will hit you with the count.
One hit to the jaw.
One hematoma. Two hematoma. One metacardial infarction. Oh, that's all I need.
One concussion, and he's out. All
right.
Speaking of we have a new photo of Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman in Victorian garb.
Yes,
because they're doing a special episode.
Yeah, they're doing a Sherlock Holmes they're doing the TV show Sherlock in Victorian England. Apparently.
I'm all in support of this.
I have seen a little bit, like a minute or two of it, and it looks kind of interesting. And it's funny because Mrs. Hudson and Sherlock are yelling at Watson for how he portrays them in the show. He portrays them in the books, and it's like, well, how do you think I feel? My bloody illustrator drew me with a mustache. Now I had to grow one so people actually recognize who I am.
Oh well. I always liked the mustache on Martin Freeman, so...
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, The Killing Joke, Batman The Killing Joke, coming as an animated movie.
Yes, I heard about this.
Now, those who are not in the know, The Killing Joke is considered one of the quintessential Batman comics of the 80s. It was written by Alan Gaiman and drawn by Brian Boland, and it basically covers Batman's eternal fight with the Joker. And this
it's actually Alan Moore, not Alan Gaiman.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alan Moore. I apologize. Too many damn Allens in the comic books. Yeah, that's perfectly okay. I have no problems with you correcting me on that. But it had wide-reaching implications for the DC universe, because this is the one where Joker shoots Barbara Gordon in the spine and inadvertently turns her into the Oracle. Which, honestly, was a very interesting take on the character. Just because she no longer was mobile with her legs, she was still incredibly intelligent and used that for computer skills and basically formed the Birds of Prey and worked with Batman and various other things. Unfortunately, apparently with the the latest incarnation of DC, they've given her legs back. That kind of ruined it for me. I mean, I like characters that kind of develop over time. But the big news is that Mark Hamill has said that he will come out of retirement as the Joker to be the Joker's voice in The Killing Joke.
God damn.
So if they get Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill together to do that, and Bruce Timm directing, holy fuck.
Oh, Bruce Timm will be directing.
Yeah.
The real trick will be here if they can get Tara Strong in there as Batgirl.
That would be interesting.
That would be the real trick.
Yeah. Now there is controversy, obviously, because it says Barbara Gordon was treated and how the violence against her is seen by many as sexualized. Because what happens in the book is Commissioner Gordon gets kidnapped by the Joker, tied up naked in a cage, and then Joker spreads pictures he took of Barbara Gordon, naked and bleeding, all around him, trying to drive Gordon insane.
Yeah, it's a messed up book.
Yeah, it is the quintessential girl in the fridge story. But still, what grew out of that is really cool, in my opinion.
Speaking of growing out of things.
Okay.
So you remember that thing that you told me about where I was literally screaming, "Shut up and take my money"? Lego Dimensions?
Yes, I saw a trailer for that.
Yeah. They've added Doctor Who to it.
Mm-hmm. They should just they shouldn't even call Lego Dimensions. They should be called "Fuck you, we're here for your money." No, all your money.
Yeah, exactly. The new trailer shows the TARDIS in Gotham City, the Doctor and Homer Simpson battling alongside one another in Portal's Aperture Science, a Scooby-Doo encounter, and more.
Including meeting Doc Brown in Back to the Future. Yeah.
Like we said, shut up and take my money, damn it.
Yeah, it is all of it here. It looks insane. Right now, I know that off the top of my head, it's Scooby-Doo, Simpsons, Lord of the Rings, DC Universe, Back to the Future, Doctor Who, obviously. And there may be a couple other ones.
It'll also probably have all the Marvel stuff and all of the Star Wars stuff and Indiana Jones and all of that too.
Well, we're gonna find out. I mean, Marvel, Star Wars, and Indiana Jones are all owned by Disney now, and they've got their stuff in it. They're doing all their stuff for Disney Infinity, so I doubt they're gonna be in there.
It'd be awesome if they were, though.
Oh, it would be awesome, but remember, Disney likes money. Specifically, they like their own money.
Who says they can't get money off of this, too?
Hey, you'd think that, wouldn't you?
Come on, guys, play ball.
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
Come on, man. Do it for the fans. Alright, anyway, more Disney news.
Mm-hmm.
John C. Reilly confirms that he's signed for Wreck-It Ralph 2.
I saw that. I didn't want to report it, though, because I have not seen the movie.
I liked Wreck-It Ralph. It was good film. I've actually watched it a couple times now. But they're looking at, it's going to probably have more of the background characters expanded out. It's understood that Disney is in discussions with Nintendo over licensing characters such as Mario, Luigi, and Link from The Legend of Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
So, I for one welcome our new Disney overlords.
I can dig.
Mm-hmm.
That's a shit that should not be. Alright. Sorry. Next one. Firefly stars Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk spoofed themselves in exclusive Con Man trailer.
I have not...
Remember how they...
Yeah, go ahead.
So you remember how they were doing this Kickstarter to get their own show off the ground, Con Man?
And it just busted things up?
Yeah, it looks like they're going for the go.
Yes. I have not seen the trailer yet, and it looks awesome. And I've heard it's hilarious. Apparently, everyone at everyone at San Diego Comic-Con thought it was hilarious. It's definitely done with affection.
So, there.
Yep. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to save that till right before this should not be. Where is it? I just had it, damn it. Okay. Wesley Snipes has spoken with Marvel, could return as Blade.
That'd be pretty rad.
Yep, apparently since Marvel now owns, Disney and Marvel now own Blade again, as opposed to New Line Cinema, he wants to come back. He said the project is controlled by Marvel, and we did have a really productive and a wonderful meeting. We discussed a number of things. I don't know where it's on their schedule at this point. That hasn't been decided. I guess it's still up in the air. And it's also a possibility he could be joining Marvel in another project, perhaps as a different character. And he's, however, busy with a TV show called The Player, which I know nothing about.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that either.
But good on him. I mean, I always like Wesley Snipes. He's a good actor. I mean, he had some problems with his taxes. And I'm just glad he can come back. And the original Blade is still one of the most phenomenal action films ever made. I mean, it really...
That's what I hear. I still have yet to see it.
It really kind of... It came out before Matrix, and I really consider that to be the one that really set the bar for different kind of action sequences that came out in the 2000s. You know, it didn't use a lot of wire work or bullet time, but it really changed how films were shot.
All right, I'll have to see if I can find it.
Okay.
This one is kind of important to me because I have seen another pair of these in the Smithsonian. But there is a $1 million reward offered for Judy Garland's stolen ruby slippers from Grand Rapids, Minnesota.
Someone stole them?
Yeah.
When?
They were stolen 10 years ago, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were a pair of Judy Garland's sequined ruby red slippers, and they were stolen from her Minnesota hometown.
Huh.
Three other pairs still exist. One is on display, as I mentioned before, at the Smithsonian.
Mm-hmm.
I think there is another one in Hollywood, and there's probably another one in New York.
I think I saw them at the Hollywood Studios at Disney at one point. They were at
that makes sense.
Yeah, at the Great Movie Ride, because there's a big sequence for Wizard of Oz in there. And so apparently there's a Judy Garland fan going out there going, "She was so fabulous, and I have her shoes. No one else will ever have them."
Well, actually, because they were stolen, this person wants justice as well.
Oh, he was busted?
Yeah. The reward is $1 million, and if you can find the perpetrator and the shoes, then you win $1 million.
Huh. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Joss Whedon has a new project he's working on.
Yes, I saw this.
It's called Joss Whedon's Twist, which answers the age-old, most important moral question facing us, which is, why isn't there a Victorian female Batman?
Exactly. Sounds like Joss Whedon.
Yeah, if he's doing a six-part comic series, it sounds like it's something definitely. If it takes off, it'd be a great series for him to work on. New live-action show. Mm-hmm. Basically, he did at San Diego Comic-Con. He had quite the Q&A. Let's see. Someone asked him about the actor Andy Hallett, who played Lorne on the TV show Angel.
Yes.
If you ever saw that show or not, he was the singing demon.
I remember. I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah, but he says that Joss said he was an extraordinary person. He did karaoke with Hallett in real life, and saw him go full Patti LaBelle, kicking his shoes off and just going over the top. And sadly, he did die a couple years ago.
Yeah, from a complication of the heart. He actually had a small hole in his heart.
Mm-hmm. Well, he'd gotten an infection in his gums, and it got into his bloodstream and infected his heart, which had for the hole. So, lovely. But also, and also, he says that Dr. Horrible 2, they says everyone wants to do it, but they're insanely busy, and that the character that he's closest to is probably Buffy, because pretty much everything he's ever done has come from Buffy.
Pretty much. Let's see. Have you seen the Ash vs. Evil Dead trailer?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. The other day, when they did Ash vs. Evil Dead and the Star Wars Sizzle trailer, it was a good day to be a nerd.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Holy shit, the Evil Dead trailer is hilarious.
It's hilarious. We gotta do something. But first we gotta do some cardio, because my heart's beating like a quarterback on prom night. I love the fact that you see him strapping something in, you figure it's his chainsaw, and it's a girdle.
Yeah, exactly. It's just beautiful. And if anything gets hairy, use your bottle.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to stab him 36 times.
And he does, and then you see exactly. Ash doing that.
So yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to that. Very much looking forward to that. Let's see here. No, I already talked about that. Oh, director locked down for Stephen King's The Dark Tower.
Great.
Deadline is reporting that a Royal Fair director, Nicolaj Arcel, has been locked in as the director for The Dark Tower, the long-awaited film adaptation of Stephen King's fantasy horror book. Basically, the first in the franchise, with a TV series planned alongside several films. Akiva Goldsman is producing, along with Brian Grazer, Ron Howard, and Erica Huggins of Imagine Entertainment, as is Stephen King. There's no word on the...
So basically what they're doing is a Stephen King universe then, kind of like the Marvel cinematic universe.
Right. Well, basically all of Stephen King's stories kind of all loop back into the Dark Tower series.
Gotcha.
One of these days we'll do a podcast about that, because I've actually got an entire book based around that idea. I can basically describe it. But there's been no word on cast confirmations yet. However, Javier Bardem and Russell Crowe are toying with the idea, and though too much time has elapsed for it to become a reality at this time. So, I don't know. It's an interesting part. It's going to take at least, it's going to take at least 10 years of someone's life. So, it's going to be a long-term commitment.
Yeah. Speaking of long-term commitments, and, kind of a... Okay. We have a Pacific Rim 2, and it has been confirmed by Del Toro.
Nice.
Yep. So, yeah.
More giant robots versus giant kaiju. Yay!
The world has been clamoring for this anyway. So, good on him.
This one made me smile.
Okay.
Mythbusters Adam Savage reveals his Incognito Comic-Con 2015 costume. Now, Adam Savage is a quintessential geek. He is a nerd.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the things he likes to do is cosplay. And what he's done in the past is he's gone to San Diego Comic-Con and walked around in various elaborate costumes so people can't recognize him. For example, one year he was the Rocketeer, and one year he was No-Face from Spirited Away. But this year, he did it with a twist. He brought his partner. Chris Hadfield, the first Canadian astronaut to walk in space.
Yeah.
And they both dressed up as the spacesuits from Stanley Kubrick's 2001.
Yeah, I saw that and I'm just like, oh, that's cool.
That is just awesomely cool. And I love the fact that, Chris Hadfield is enough of a nerd, he's willing to take himself seriously. I don't imagine John Glenn would have done that, Or Neil Armstrong, or Sally Ride, but, God bless him, good job on him, and I think that's cool.
Oh, absolutely.
Alright, all I got left, I got one more story, and then I got my 2 shit that should not be's.
I have got 4 more stories, and 2 shits that should not be, and one other thing that is just kind of interesting to know.
Okay.
Alright. There's a new Batman v Superman trailer, and it has new footage. Woohoo!
Okay. I have not seen it yet. I probably should at some point.
Same. Also in the DC vein, so you remember how there's this Supergirl show that's supposed to be coming out?
Yes.
Looks like Maxwell Lord will be involved.
I saw something about that, but not a lot.
Yes. The actor being tapped here is Peter Fasinelli. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, then I apologize.
Okay.
But yeah. So we've got that.
Oh. A quick note. Today's the 75th birthday of Patrick Stewart.
Yes. And yesterday was Harrison Ford's birthday.
Yeah. Good on him.
Happy birthday, gentlemen, and
God's name is that?
I
have to tell this.
Penitent man.
Move, you cunt! No. Just imagine Sean Connery like, just get going, you asshole! I'm dying here!
Anyway.
No, I got to tell this quick story. My roommate Bailey, the semi-pro professional wrestler who also works at Walmart, she's really good friends with our podcast guest star Tim Leifert or Leifert.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they were Skyping the other night, and they were just Skyping away happily. And as they were doing that, I was in my room and I watched the Star Wars Sizzle trailer. And I walked up, and I came up to Bailey. I'm like, Bailey, I need to talk to Tim right now. And she looked at me and says, "Are you crying?" I'm like, yes, I am.
They're doing good work on those. It's really, really good.
It's phenomenal. So yes, I got to nerd out for a minute with Tim, and it was awesome. And he and I we're discussing when you get back. We're doing another couple more sides of nachos.
That'd be great. I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
But first I need better Wi-Fi because I can't do a 3-way on the road.
Right. I'm not saying when you get back.
Yeah.
And you're happily ensconced in your own place again. Okay. Go ahead with your next story.
Right. Yeah, I've got 2 left.
Okay, actually, I just found one more story that's actually kind of cool.
Alright. We have a Deadpool trailer. And I have not watched it.
Neither have I. I know it's gonna be awesome, though.
There's no officially released version of the trailer, because the only one that we do have is a shaky cam grab. So, I'm gonna wait to watch it until there's until it's been actually released.
Sounds like a good idea. This was kind of cool. Star Wars just pulled off the ultimate Comic-Con mic drop. Basically, the Star Wars Force Awakens panels contained a whole bunch of new information, like Simon Pegg is an alien, character named one of the characters is a General Hux, and they showed the behind-the-scenes video. But as the panel ended, director J.J. Abrams says there's one more star of the Star Wars films they wanted to talk about. And he walked 6,000 people that were in Hall H half a mile to the San Diego Symphony in the Marinara behind the convention center. And they got to see John Williams basically said that he was unable to attend because he was working on the new score, and the San Diego Symphony started playing Star Wars music. And everyone in the audience got a free lightsaber.
Oh, that's cool.
And the cast came along, and Harrison Ford pretended to use this as a cane.
Pretended?
So, and it says, I heard grown men lose their minds all around me as the explosions... Yes, there was fireworks going off in time to the John Williams score. And that set the bar for others... They took the bar set by other studios in the past and blew it away like the Death Star. So, yes, awesome sauce. And that's pretty awesome. Okay, got any more stories, or are you down to your shit that should not be?
I have one last story.
Okay, I have one last story as well.
Alright. Rambo Last Blood will not, repeat, will not feature battle with ISIS. Yes, it will not happen.
Well...
his publicist has said no.
Well, at least that's something, I guess, Stallone. They were actually considering having Rambo versus ISIS? Wow.
Well, that's the thing, though. Rambo, in and of itself, is kind of a comment on the time that it was made.
Yeah, it was an 80s, very quintessentially an 80s series.
Exactly.
It was about a returning Vietnam vet, and then he got to go back to Vietnam and rescue people, and then he was fighting the Russians in Afghanistan on the side of the Taliban. Oh, wait.
You see?
And then there was the fourth one, which is John Rambo, which I actually watched. One bloody film. I enjoyed it, but it was a bloody film. It was basically him versus Indonesian soldiers.
But yeah, we will not have ISIS on our screen for Rambo Last Blood.
Yay!
The end.
Okay. And here we go. The biggest winners and losers of Comic-Con 2015. And I'm going to list them off pretty quick here, because we got a lot. We still got our shit that should not be in our actual show tonight if we actually decide to do it, because holy shit, we're already to an hour.
Yeah. Well, it's Comic-Con week, or weekend.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
No. Okay, winners, Star Wars, obviously. Basically the ultimate winner of Comic-Con. They just crushed it. Even if they didn't have that concert after their panel, the love still would have been palpable. Deadpool. It says the footage was so great and it was all anybody could talk about. The shot of Deadpool shooting through 3 heads at once was the shot of the con. I do want to see this. There's 2 new shows based on Satan, Lucifer and Damien.
Right.
And we had a lot of fun running into pro-Satan protesters who were up against the Jesus protesters, and also finding pro-Satan religious pamphlets scattered everywhere. Can you imagine like a parody of a Chick track, but Satan is your lord and master. There's going to be a TV show based on the Bradley Cooper movie Limitless. Mm-hmm. Apparently people liked that. Footage of the Warcraft movie has been released, and apparently it looks really awesome.
Okay, I'm still kind of on the fence because it's a Warcraft movie.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to, apparently it's going to be a more adult CGI film, and the problem is the thing is that's never really worked in the past. So I guess we're going to have to see what happens. See if the Warcraft has enough built-in of an audience to really make it. Obviously, Ash versus the Evil Dead. Mm-hmm. This panel had one of the longest lines that wasn't for Hall H, and everyone seemed pumped to feel it. And everyone seemed pumped and seeing Bruce Campbell, obviously.
Oh yeah, huge bucket of win there.
Never heard of the TV show The Expanse, but apparently it's doing well. Women who kick ass. Everywhere we looked, female heroes were rocking out from Hunger Games to Supergirl. And the Women Who Kick Ass panel was one of the best panels of the show. More than ever, everyone was accepting the female badassery as just a normal part of our heroic narrative. Yay. Zombies, because zombies rule Comic-Con. The Walking Dead launched its own spin-off, Fear the Walking Dead, which we've talked about in the past. And apparently they screened the first episode, and it was great.
Great.
And we also mentioned this earlier, Con Man, which is the Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk, because its love for fandom was so apparent, and it looks like so much fun. And here are the losers. And one of these losers you're going to be sad about, and I was kind of sad too. Containment, a virus outbreak show, screened the whole pilot, and people were laughing at it. So, ouch. Not a good thing. Now, apparently there used to be a comic book series called Thunder Agents. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of excitement going into Comic-Con because this classic comic book had scheduled a panel during its primetime slot promising to announce a new TV and movie franchise. We were told Hollywood A-listers would be there, and then the panel was canceled with zero fanfare, just deleted from the schedule as if it had never been there. So, who knows what happened there. Yeah. There's a new TV show called Blind Spot. Mm-hmm. Here's the premise. Tattooed naked lady with amnesia wakes up, is covered with clues.
Like Memento style, or what?
Yeah, apparently. Except she has amnesia.
Great.
Yeah, and apparently people were seriously mocking this. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Minority Report, which is based on the Steven Spielberg film.
Right.
No one seemed very excited by it.
Heck, I'm not excited about it.
Yeah. The DC Cinematic Universe. With Marvel not showing up this year, DC had a chance to make a big splash. They could have brought out the entire Justice League on stage or broken some big news. Instead, it was just some neat new footage and not much else. Huge wasted opportunity.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Okay. Jared Leto. In general, people seem to like the Suicide Squad footage. But we interviewed fans leaving Hall H at the end of the day, and one common note was Jared Leto's Joker was a bust. There's a lot of disgruntlement about his version of Mr. J.
Well, again, when your character looks more like an ad for NASCAR in tattoo form than a character that we've all come to love and respect, then yeah, I can see your problem here.
I'm more along the lines of it looks like this is the kind of guy that the Insane Clown Posse would look at him and go, dude, dial it back. Let's see. Fantastic Four. After seeing that insane Deadpool and X-Men footage, who even remembered having seen Fantastic Four stuff as well? Had one last chance to spark some interest, and it just didn't happen. The fact that the trailer included dialogue like, if we do this, we're doing it my way, didn't help.
Yeah.
And finally, this is the sad one. Kevin Smith. Big loser, unfortunately, and it wasn't even his fault.
Oh no, what happened?
Well, he was moderating the Star Wars Force Awakens panel, and he was supposed to set the next panel was going to be about him, about his yoga hosers. Well, Star Wars, Disney/Star Wars took the entire audience and left to go to the concert, pretty much leaving Hall H empty. And it was a panel was a disaster through no fault of his own. So,
yeah.
Sorry to you, Mr. Smith. I mean, I don't think anyone really thought that one through, but I'm still hoping the film makes money. I mean, it's going to have Johnny Depp, so there might be a chance of a built-in audience. It can't make less money than Tusk. I mean, for God's sakes. But
well, I'm hoping it goes well for him. So
yeah. All right. Let's see here. Okay, I got my shit that should not be. You go first.
All right. Archie meets the Ramones.
What?
I kid you not. Fuck this.
Okay.
Archie meets the Ramones.
Okay, Scooby-Doo meets Kiss was bad enough. But Archie meets the Ramones?
Uh-huh.
Archie Comics is, it's funny, haha, they're doing Sharknado, haha, Archie meets Punisher, haha, it's kind of funny. Okay, now we've got Zombie Archie, Archie meets the Predator, and Archie meets the Ramones?
Yeah.
Wow. I can feel Dee Dee Ramone spinning in his grave even as you speak.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Artist Rosenberg explained the project to Comics Alliance as, "It may seem strange to some people to combine these things, but it's really no divide to me. Archie is what got me into comics, the Ramones are what got me into punk rock, and those two things have always been connected for me." How? How? How are they connected?
Just not seeing it. Alright. Here's one that's gonna make me... This was a shit that should not be for me. Taylor Swift joins the X-Men? Seriously?
Oh my god.
Apparently this seems to be actually happening. X-Men Apocalypse producer Simon Kinberg caused uproar in the Marvel community when he tweeted this photo of himself with Taylor Swift and confirmed X-Men stars James McAvoy and Sophie Turner playing Professor X and Jean Grey.
Mm.
And apparently she's going to be Dazzler.
Ha ha!
Ultra 80s heroine Dazzler. I hurt. I hurt a lot. I'm not a happy man now.
I can understand why, man. I'm sorry.
So I guess we'll see what happens when X-Men Apocalypse coming out. Hopefully it'll be Taylor Swift in a cameo role, not really as Dazzler. I'm hoping not. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think I actually want to do the rest of the episode tonight. I think we've just got enough news where it's just...
Yeah, I agree. We've been here for an hour, and we can always make up for it later. But anyway, let's finish our shit that should not be's.
Yes. Here we go. Another one of those comic book crossovers to make you go, the fuck? Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
I'm actually... I'm not sure if I had a problem with that one or not. I mean, my 80s version of myself be like, oh my god, that's the greatest idea ever! Especially if it's done as the dark and gritty Turtles, the original Turtles.
Let's see.
I mean, I've read those in the past. I really don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I don't think that's what they're going with here.
Because if they're going with the cartoon Turtles, fuck no.
Well, I find it interesting that they're not going with Daredevil, because Daredevil is directly tied into their...
origin story, yeah.
Their origin story, yeah.
Huh.
So, Indeed.
Alright. Unfortunately, here it is, man. You ready?
Go for it.
This is our running gag, ladies and gentlemen. Every week.
Damn it.
It comes again.
Fucking damn it.
Disneyland's Prince Charming script.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
Okay. This is our running gag. This is the one thing that makes Jonathan go, why? Why, God, why? Disneyland's Prince Charming script. Sources tell Variety the studio has acquired the spec script Prince Charming, a live-action comedy revolving around the iconic character. Basically, it's Cinderella's story told from the point of view of Prince Charming instead.
Hang on just a moment.
Okay.
I know you can't hear that over the phone, but
I heard
just me.
Stomping something.
Yeah, I'm sitting here at a wooden table.
Ah. Oh, you were hitting the table because of this. Okay, I thought you were, never mind. But yeah, basically it's being done by the creators of, let's see here, a guy named, Matt Fogel, who cut his teeth working as an assistant during the filming of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. And given Disney's success lately with fairy tale properties like Maleficent and Cinderella and the upcoming Beauty and the Beast, it makes sense the studio will be so aggressive in pursuing the property. Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I have one more thing.
Okay.
Kind of just a... Okay, yeah, I guess that's interesting.
Alright.
We have a list of the top 5 richest superheroes.
Oh, I know Iron Man's on there.
Yes. The top 5 are Emma Frost.
Emma Frost?
Emma Frost.
Well, I guess she's weird, so I've never really paid attention.
Well, she had her. She was able to make a competing mutant school against Charles Xavier.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah. Charles Xavier is next. Funny enough.
Okay.
Then Batman.
Okay. Where does he get those wonderful toys?
Yeah, Batman with 9.2 billion. Tony Stark with 12.4 billion.
Okay.
And you want to know who is the richest superhero of all?
Are we talking superheroes or characters, or just or comic book characters? Because I would guess Lex Luthor's pretty goddamn rich.
It's just superheroes.
Okay, then that leaves Scrooge McDuck right out. Alright, I have no idea.
T'Challa, the Black Panther, is the richest superhero ever.
You know what? That makes sense.
With $90.7 trillion.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, according to the comics, the material, vibranium, is $10,000 per gram. And the vaults have 10,000 tons of the stuff. So, yeah. That amount of vibranium would cost more than the GDP of the entire world.
Nice.
So, good on you, mate.
Yep. And good. I'm looking forward to the Black Panther movie. I'm still interested in seeing who they're cast. Okay, I'm gonna end the show on a bad pun. Are you ready?
Oh fuck.
The president of Nintendo has died. The ambulance went Wii U, Wii U, Wii U.
You did it! You blew it all up!
Yes, I did.
God damn you! That was cringeworthy, sir.
Okay. And here's another Adventures of Being Dan. I'm just going to put this out real quick.
Go for it.
Early this week, it was really early in the morning, and I got up to brush my teeth, and I'm kind of stumbling around and like looking at myself in the mirror, bleary-eyed, and I grabbed a tube and spread it on my toothbrush, and as I'm getting it to my mouth, I went, that doesn't smell minty. I looked down, and I had grabbed my shaving cream, which comes in a tube, and spread it on my toothbrush. So, it's called Cremo Cream, high-quality shaving cream. And apparently I needed to keep the toothbrush and the shave cream tubes further away. Good to know. Also glad I have a backup toothbrush. Well, the thing is I tagged Cremo Cream in my status update at Facebook. And they said, while we love to learn off-label uses of Cremo, we cannot recommend that you brush your teeth with it. I'm like, oh great. What's this say?
They actually responded to you?
Yes, I said, Cremo Cream thought this was hilarious. My public shame is complete.
Oh, damn.
So.
Well, wow.
On that note.
Yeah, on that note. This has been Late Night Taco Delivery, and from all of us here at Radioactive Walrus Entertainment.
On the road.
On the road. So from here in a youth hostel in Washington, D.C., and Dan's domicile.
Yes, with all the mosquitoes.
Mm-hmm. This has been Late Night Taco Delivery on the road.
You may now place your order.
Late Night Taco Delivery is performed by Daniel Gill and Jonathan Knoll, and was created by Daniel Gill. New Bizarre opening by Jonathan Knoll. If you have questions, comments, or a suggestion for a future show, drop us a line on Twitter at Radio Walrus Pod. Like Radioactive Walrus Entertainment on our Facebook, or subscribe to our official YouTube channel, Radioactive Walrus. That's Radioactive with a capital R, Walrus with a capital W, and no spaces. Thank you for calling Late Night Taco Delivery. You may now place your orders. This has been a production of Radioactive Walrus Entertainment.
John, what do chickens say?